always said that I could tell how smart somebody is by the stuff they recommend you read. Not like their favorite thing, like science fiction or something, by the most intelligent thing they recommend you read. Oddly enough, and it really is odd, but not surprising, over the past week and a half, I keep getting links to genuine crazy people. I mean, well, one guy, it's just completely unhinged, spouting profanities and stuff. There's no proof this guy is even in Ukraine. It's just radical blather. There's absolutely zero proof or evidence of anything in any video. Just blah, blah, blah. It's like, what that is twofold. It says a lot about the people that send me links to this crazy person. I mean, it is just genuinely just flat out crazy. Just hardcore wackadoodle. Completely off his kilter. But it also, too, is a representation of, how horrible and lying the media is. And the media, of course, I mean, who could blame people? Over the past 2+ years, of course, the media's always been a bunch of, lying shills. This is undeniable. I've never said otherwise. But I could see past it. But it's gotten so bad that people are sending me, and this has happened like 30+ times. I know for a fact, not that person, which he could be. A couple other people I keep getting sent links on, they're propagandists, literally for Russia and possibly the Kremlin. I mean, they just are. They're propagandists, just spouting no proof, no evidence, nothing, just lies, blathering nonsense. So there's so much propaganda now that you got people that think that satellites aren't real, they're held up by weather balloons, that nukes, this is the new one that everybody keeps repeating to me, that nukes don't exist. Yeah, okay. And even though Putin, in front of a crowd like a stadium of like 50,000 people, something like that, admits to having tons and tons of troops in Ukraine. I mean, Russia admits to this. Every individual with any camera that's within 100 miles of it has filmed it. We're not talking about, there's a couple lying news media outfits reporting something we can't be believed because they have a history of lying. So Putin and the Kremlin admit that there's tons of truth. You got 3.5 million refugees. I think it's a little bit over 3.5 million refugees now. And I've had a few people that live in Germany and Slovakia that have told me they've actually taken in some Ukrainian refugees. One person actually told me they took in, this is not funny, took in, out of the kindness of their heart, took in some Ukrainian refugees, and then they went to work, and when they came back that day, all their important valuables were stolen and the Ukrainians were gone. Not that that's anything against, that's what they told me. I can't verify that, obviously so, but, we could argue about 500,000 one way or another, but, you got over 3 million. I mean, the people have been lied to so much by the lying media that they're sending me links to genuine hardcore wackadoodles. I mean, one guy's just, spouting off profanities and, waving his hands in the air like a nut. It's like, I know the media is really, really, really bad. I mean, I'm right there with you, but I mean, don't send me craziness. I mean, it's even a level above tinfoil hat wackadoodleness, which I know is not a word. People are certain that nothing's going on. It's kind of funny. We've reached a problem in the world where even back in the day, if you were super rich in the 20s or the 30s in the United States, so like Henry Ford or Westinghouse, all these countless peoples, they still could see what was going on. They did live in mansions and luxury cars, but they actually were not so isolated that they could actually see what was going on. They could see the suffering of all the people or, the prosperity, so on and so forth. Now everybody's living in a nutshell and sniffing their own farts. Everybody's living in the fantasy world. There have been countless movies about this fact where society has become so withdrawn that they have these robots that look like them, and they're out there. There's a Bruce Willis movie called Surrogates where everybody has a prettier version of themselves, and nobody ever leaves the house anymore. They have their brains wired in, and they have the robots out there living, their lives that they're too afraid to live. That's actually been going on the past couple of years. People are so afraid of their own shadow. Some people, and I confirm this, they haven't even left their house. Like, they get all their groceries mailed in and everything they need. They haven't driven or gone anywhere. There's way too many people living in a nutshell. You've got what's going on in the world where we're on the verge of World War III, economic collapse, hyperinflation, definite recession this year. When does that start? I have no idea. And everybody is living in a nutshell, sniffing their own flatulence, literally and figuratively. Oh, you got a recipe for disaster. I mean, really, if I'm right about nothing else on this earth, I'm 100% certain that the poo is going to hit the fan sometime this year, probably sooner rather than later. This let them eat cake mentality. These people use the words elite. These people are actually the opposite of elite. They might be rich, living the isolated lifestyle, driving their Tesla car to and from. Most of them are actually working from home. When they leave their house, they go get a cafe latte, non-milk, whatever, at Starbucks or some fancy place. They might buy something, and they return home. Everybody's just living in a nutshell. They're telling people that if you make less than $300,000 a year, that you're really going to suffer. Well, I agree with that. Unfortunately, they talk about $300,000 like that's nothing. Oh, if you make... There's a lot of people who are making less than $30,000 a year. I've never made anything close to over 100 a year. Never. Not even close to over 100 a year. You say, oh, you just need to stop eating meat and start eating lentils. Oh, take the bus. What are you going to do? You're going to take the bus with the pea-soaked bum that's talking to himself? Nobody in the United States takes the bus. No, they don't. This is not... Public transportation in the United States absolutely sucks. It sucks so bad it's completely off the Richter scale. People don't take and nobody in the country takes there ain't no buses in the country. All these people that grow your food, yeah? These people that, use their tractors, which take gasoline or diesel. There's no buses. Oh yeah, sell your gas vehicle. If you gas too much, get yourself one of those super, 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 super expensive electric cars, which isn't worth a single damn in the countryside. Yeah, sell your gas. Yeah, gas is high. Just get yourself a Tesla. Electric cars suck. Electric cars are super suck in the countryside. You don't use electric vehicles for tractors and backhoes and... These people are they're living in a nutshell. There's way too many people. It's off the Richter scale. Way too many people just living in a nutshell, sniffing their own farts. This is, like I said, back in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, even if you're super rich and living in a mega mansion and had your own chauffeur, you still were actually in touch with reality. You could see what was going on around you. You could. Now, people don't. They're on their iPhones, they've filtered out everything. I don't want to hear about that. This is the reason why colleges there's many reasons why colleges are complete garbage, but someone was trying to actually give a lecture at a college, and they had to bring in the security, and everybody was threatening it. People are living in a nutshell. I don't want to hear it. It's like you don't want to hear the truth. La 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 la. Just people have de-evolved into children. Yeah, take the bus. Yeah, why don't you tell that to somebody that's not living in a giant metropolis? They take the bus. Well, there is no bus. Idiots. Unbelievable idiocy. There's an enormous swath of incredibly clueless people that are about to get bitten right in the boo boo. I like they using that word boo boo. Right there. Right there. It's an enormous amount of incredibly clueless people. The same sort of clueless people that say stupid stuff like, well, buy a Tesla. Take the bus. Tesla is garbage. Tesla is ultra garbage in the country. You know, we're like 75% of the United States lives. Take the bus. Buy an electric car. Electric cars are garbage. And they're definitely no good in the country. What are you going to do? I'm in a Farmer John. I'm in my electric tractor. Yeah, right. I mean, serious. This is going to happen. It's just an enormous amount of incredibly clueless people been sniffing their own farts. They're going to get bitten right in the boo-boo from all of the people that they depend on for their livelihood, meaning the people that deliver their stuff, the people that make their stuff, the people that fix their stuff, the people that grow their food, Farmer John and Farmer Joe and Josephine. There we go. Mass propaganda, radical wackadoodle hysteria. People believe in all sorts of craziness. I mean, I could see it. You know, one of the benefits of social media is people, when I get like, because media's gotten so bad and they're such horrible liars that people are sending me links to a complete tinfoil hat, wackadoodle. It's like, this guy has proven nothing. I don't care about his profanity. I can see through that. That doesn't bother me. Just wackadoodle craziness. Just hardcore wackadoodle. And it's like, why all of a sudden am I getting... This guy proves nothing. He has nothing intelligent to say. There's no substantiating evidence, nor there anything. This guy says nothing. Why are people sending me links to this wackadoodle? Well, this guy says in Ukraine. I say, that guy isn't even in Ukraine. There's no proof of it. Not only that, he doesn't show anything. He doesn't prove anything. There's not even any logic behind it. He doesn't even say anything. When people start en masse sending me links to wackadoodle craziness like that, it's like the world has gone completely, as the Brits say, tatas up. Yeah? The last straw that breaks the camel's back is going to hit sometime this year. I don't want it to happen. I'm not a doom and gloomer. I am in no way a doom and gloomer. The people that I know that have money, and that ain't me, have moved their money out of money and they put it into assets like land, other things that hold. Like, the worse it gets, the more valuable this stuff gets. You know, you can't eat your gold and your silver when things get, the poop hits the fan. Your gold and your silver becomes inherently worthless. Things that feed you, things that keep you and your family alive, land which you can farm, grow your own food on. And of course, if there's 100% absolute total collapse, then, deeds don't mean anything anymore. Who cares who owns the land? It's just a complete all-out free-for-all. But boring 100% total collapse, you're the property owner, you can grow your own food, vegetables, take care of yourself. Things have gotten bad. Everything that's going on right now is just a giant shart storm. And I think you know what I mean when I say shart storm. As I say in Russian, говно. I hate to see this going on. I don't want to see this go on. I'm not a doom and gloomer. Things get more dangerous, though, like either temporarily or long term. I get calmer. Actually, the only thing that stressed me out is the garbage of everyday life, like bills and nonsense and rubbish. Just blathering typical daily BS. I'm not afraid of dangerous stuff at all. The more dangerous it gets, the calmer I get, actually. So, phew, but things have gotten bad. I honestly think that some type of collapse is going to happen this year, and sooner rather than later. I don't want to say that. But I really do mean that. All indications are that that's the case. I hope it doesn't happen. I would love to be proven wrong on that. I just go, good, great, you know. I'm not apocalyptic. Religious people are apocalyptic. I'm a logical metaphysician, an author. I do have skills, though. I can make my own clothing. I'm a concealed carry instructor. I have a cabin in the woods, and my head is on a swivel. 360 degrees, by the way. That's a good thing, not a bad thing. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. I read every comment. I keep seeing people leaving comments like, I hear you read every comment. I don't believe it. It's like, yeah, I just read your comment.